Yes, unfortunately, the title is kinda true. You see, Ironman Mode is not just about going out and being incredibly dry on items and collecting secondaries manually. Well, I mean, it kinda is, but this process can be done a whole lot easier. Everything I've done on this account can be seen as pretty inefficient because I've only been doing the bare necessities to reach my PVM goals as fast as possible, and I'm starting to feel the pain of skipping over the basics. Some of these basics that could have been done within the first week of creating my account, and today I plan to fix all of those mistakes while working on my overall goals. I'm sure you've already guessed what I skipped, so let me introduce you to the dailies. God, I have so much to catch up on. Before we jump into things, yes, I will forget about all of these within a week if I follow the path that I did on the main account. But dailies are fundamental to most accounts, and if you ignore them like I have on the Ironman account, you end up in a situation where you barely have any prayer potions, no crafting supplies, almost a negative stock in wood, and the list goes on and on. To give you an example of how awful I am with dailies, I don't have birdhouses unlocked. I'm pretty sure that's like step 1 to becoming an efficient Ironman or just a normal player on this game. Luckily, this one's a pretty easy fix, which is good for me, as the other to-dos on this list are not going to be fun or quick to do. So first things first, I have to go out and get some construction levels, and thankfully Mahogany Homes treats low levels right. This minigame is a new thing that I just started doing on the Ironman account, and I've never done it before on the main account, and honestly, I think it's a really cool way to train construction, especially early on. But that note aside, I did go up to level 30 construction so I can fix all the future broken crap that I find on Fossil Island here in a bit, and I made the clockwork stand. After a few rounds of cleaning up garbage to get kudos points up and struggling with the sailing aspect of this quest, God, looking back, I am so dumb, I finally unlocked Fossil Island. Once the bank space and all the other broken stuff was repaired, I did set up the dig site pennant to allow me to teleport to this place later on, and I unlocked the 4 teleports around the island and finally got started on birdhouse runs. With my hunter and woodcutting levels, I'm only able to use teak houses, so that's what I ended up setting up. Now, I personally treat birdhouse runs like it's a daily chore. You can certainly do a ton more of them per day, but considering I just remembered these things existed after a month of creating this account, I'm going to be incredibly lucky if I remember to do this once a day, let alone do it like every 90 minutes or whatever the reset time is. So with this completed, I think the first task is done. The next thing I want to do is to get staffs at Zaf's Battle Staffs. Now, yes, this daily can be improved on in the future thanks to the Varrock Diary, allowing me to get more battle staffs at a discounted price, but for me though, taking into account how lazy I am when it comes to questing, the easy diary is all that I'm going to be able to achieve, at least right now. Thankfully, all of these got knocked out within 5 minutes, and of course I used the lamp on Herb, and I went out to buy my first staffs. Now, I don't have a lot of money, as you can clearly see, and buying these staffs destroyed my cash stack, which is something I intend to fix here soon. Thankfully, I have the magic to high alch items, and I have an idea on how to get my crafting up so I can make these staffs into something worth high alching. And speaking of the crafting grind, a skill that I really don't enjoy, there is a super AFK method that goes along perfectly with another daily that I just kind of stumbled upon. Buckets of sand from Bert and Yanil. After getting a few crafting levels through various methods, I completed Hand in the Sand quest, and with that completed, Bert now offers me a stack of 84 buckets of sand daily. This is incredibly useful to start collecting early on, so I have a large supply of molten glass here in the future. For now though, I have to come by Bert every day to collect my buckets of sand until I get the already hard diary done, which is not going to happen anytime soon, but once that is done, the buckets will be deposited automatically into my bank. But right now, I'm fine making that trip out to Yanil to see Bert because right around the corner is another super powerful daily. And that daily gets me free herbs. Yeah, you heard that right. There's a way to get free grimy herbs every day, and I'm pretty surprised that a lot of people don't take advantage of this, at least that I've seen. As you can see on the screen right now, I'm in the Nightmare Zone, which is going to be my new home for pretty much all future AFK melee training needs. It's fantastic XP per hour, as absorption potions and overloads are free thanks to the points you gather during the minigame, and any points left over can of course imbue jewelry, or for the sake of this video, collect 15 herb boxes. Ooh, yeah, no, I lied. At least when it pertains to me. When I wrote the script, I was actually in the middle of doing this Nightmare Zone run that you see right now, and I didn't actually try to claim the herb boxes yet, so yeah, I kind of learned the hard way that Iron Man can't really use this shop besides getting scrolls of redirection and then imbuing stuff. Which, I mean, I kind of understand because free herbs do sound kind of broken, but at the same time, the herbs that you get from these boxes aren't exactly the greatest. I don't know, man. I don't make the rules. I just apparently don't read fine details and waste a bunch of my time. So let's move on to the last one. The last daily on my list and the second to last item to complete in my list of to-dos today, it's finally time to start doing farm runs. And man, I really hate farming if I'm gonna be honest. Lots of money can be spent on this skill, and honestly, I just forget to complete them if I'm honest. And on an Ironman, that's a really big deal. Since I'm broke and I have no tree seeds that I can actually use, I have to start simple and just do the basic runs, and if I don't do this, Herb is gonna suffer greatly. And I do mean I'm just going to be doing the bare basics today. Because I hate questing and the only farm patches I'm able to get to right now are the ones at Falador, Catherby, Hosidius, and Artie, and of course that new patch in Valimor. That's pretty much all that I have options to right now, and it's not a very fast run to do. But regardless, when I finally do have money and I do get some more quests done, I will expand this list to include trees and just more areas in general. But honestly, I'm going to be impressed if I keep this up longer than a week if I remember to do them. I really don't think I'm going to keep this up long. Alright, and with all the easy ones done, it's time to do the really big one, and it's something that I'm doing a bit rushed if I'm honest with myself because I don't have a lot of cash. It's time to unlock Throne of Miscellanea. This is a rather big endeavor for me to complete right now, given my current situation. I still had to do the Shield of Arav, the Firminic Trials, and of course the Heroes Quest, which I need a good amount of levels for. The good news is the main account can help me out with the Heroes Quest as long as I remember to join the right game, which I thankfully did. And while I show the progress on some of the quests on screen, I want to talk about how important Throne and Royal Trouble are. Upon completion of the Throne, you're able to have the citizens of the island collect various resources for you. These resources include herb option, which gives you a variety of herb seeds or flax. There's a fishing option, which you can either receive raw or cooked tuna and swordfish. The mining option gives you some coal and some uncut gems. There's a wood option, which gives you maple logs, hardwood, which gives you teak, mahogany, or a combination of both, as well as some bird's nest. And finally, there's a farming option, which gives you a variety of seeds. This somewhat of a daily activity starts out slow, but as the base completion of Throne only gives you 10 citizens to work with, Royal Trouble is kind of important to get done right away as it increases that number up to 15 citizens that you can work with. The big issue with doing this quest in my current situation revolves around money. Money is a pretty big factor when it comes to the daily wages of the citizens here. The daily rate is 10% of the coffer's current holdings, up to 50k for the base Throne rates and up to 75k if you do Royal Trouble. Do you see the issue there? On top of 75k dipping every day from my cash stack, the most optimal situation to see the most yield is to pay the workers the highest wages per day. In order to do this, I have to maintain at least 750k in the coffer every day, on top of getting my favor up. Which means I need to make some money and make it fast, which is going to be a problem for me here soon as I don't really have a great moneymaker right now, but hopefully that changes here soon enough. And for now, the Throne is completed and shortly after I did Royal Trouble as well. Now it comes down to how I want to manage the folks of my kingdom. Since I'm an Ironman, I think maxing out herb option, at least for right now, is probably the safest option for long-term future grinds. As for the rest of my citizens, I have a few options, but I think for me, I'm just going to put them into hardwood. I really want to focus on getting my house up in tip-top shape sooner rather than later, and I think stacking up logs, at least right now, is probably the smartest option. But to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I honestly have no idea what I should be using them for and what's a better option for long-term goals or at least short-term goals. I've only done this Throne thing on the main account just for profit, and I'm fully guessing here, to be honest. So please give me any feedback on what you think one of the options would be better over the other. For now though, I think my short-term goal is just to grind out crafting for at least a little bit so I can start finally using the 1200 water orbs that I have banked thanks to the Moon's Apparel, and once I finally start making staffs and high alching them, life will be at least a little bit easier for now, but there's still way too much money that I need to get for Throne and all the future grinds, so I need to figure out something here soon. But until I can pay my citizens correctly, I think the goal right now is to head back and get the rune crossbow, train up some range, and finally use the Eclipse weapon at a very fun and long overdue boss. A bit of a shorter video today, I know, but life got a little bit busy, so only questing was able to be completed this week, but I hope to start pumping out some more fun videos here soon. I cannot believe the amount of love and support that I've gotten on my last couple of videos, and I really just want to take a second to say thank you. It's so cool to see that people are enjoying this. But until the next video comes out, that's all that I have for you today. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does mean the world to me, and let me know if there's anything that I missed in the comments below. I always have a fantastic time hearing and talking to you guys in the comments, but until we see each other again, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day, good luck on your grinds and your personal goals, and I hope to see you again very soon. Stay inspired.